YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Doing a video real quick. You know, I've been meaning to, I've been talking about this for the longest, but we're living in the time right now where, I've been making a few videos about this, but we're living in a time where if you're looking for a government job right now, because don't say I ain't tell y'all, because I told y'all. We're living in a time right now to where the federal government is hiring. Okay, they're hiring. The federal government has never hired like this before. Because I've applied to government jobs before, and I never received this kind of response when I've applied. And maybe I probably didn't apply at this rate, but I applied to a bunch of jobs in the federal government. And if you're trying to seek, alternative means for employment, you're trying to, I don't want to say get out of trucking, but, transition into another career, you better do it now. I'm just going to tell you, you better do it now. I don't know what else to tell you. I do know what to tell you, but like I applied to over 300 jobs. Like if I pull up my USA Jobs account, it'll have 300 applications on there. For some people, that may be like, man, that ain't nothing, man. I applied to 500 jobs, man. What you talking about? But, like I have a lot of experience with the federal hiring process. So I've been on job interviews. I've applied to a bunch of jobs. I talked to different hiring managers. I went to hiring events. I talked to other people who looking for jobs. And the thing is like, once you start getting in the groove of like getting into the federal job process, you start getting a feel for how things work, You starting to get a feel for how things work. And I know some of y'all thinking about getting out the truck, right? You thinking about getting out the truck, but you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And so maybe you can get into another division of trucking. Maybe you can go work on the docks. You can be a yard dog. You can, be a shuttle driver, a yard jockey, whatever you want to call it. You can, forklift driver. Maybe you can get into IT. go into IT and get a IT certificate. Because you know how like you got your, a lot of you guys who watch me, you're CDL drivers. You got your CDL. A CDL is equivalent to a cert, to a certificate. How long it take you to get your CDL? It took me like a month. It took me about a month to get my CDL. Okay, from start to finish. It took me a month. And so you're capable of learning new skills. I know y'all that's watching me, you're capable of learning new skills. You're not stupid. And y'all watch me. Y'all watch me in my videos. And I'm sitting here, I completely turned my life around. I'm in a totally different profession. Now, I ran a business. I ran a handful of businesses, a handful of small businesses. So the kind of work that I'm doing is not completely different. I'm just using the skills in a different way. I'm applying my business analysis skills in a different way, my business savviness in a different way. I'm on the other side of the table. But the point I'm trying to make here, right now, you can apply to a job right now, and you got a good chance of getting hired. And that's just the point I'm trying to make here. You have a strong chance of getting hired. A lot of government agencies are hiring right now, and I'm here to tell you, y'all need to stop dragging your feet and just apply to the job. Just apply to it. Apply to the job. Okay? A lot of these jobs don't require no college degree. The job that I have, it requires a college degree. But a lot of the jobs that are on USA jobs, they don't need no college degree. You just need some good work experience, some good business experience, and you can get the job. And the reason why I say that, this is kind of like the reason why I say that, because I know a handful of people that want these jobs. I go in every day to the office. And I work around these people. And I'm not saying that they're stupid, but what I'm saying is that these people don't have the experience that I have. A lot of these people don't have the determination. A lot of these people, they just don't have what I have. And I'm just like, and I thought to myself, this is the reason why I was hired. Yeah, this is the reason why I was hired. Because a lot of these people have basic work experience. Some of these people come from customer service. Some of these people used to work at Walmart. Some of these people used to work at, a phone center. Like, I'm above a phone center. Like, I ran multiple businesses. And so the reason why I'm conveying that to y'all on this video is because I know some guys, they kind of dragging their feet. Guys are dragging their feet. I talk to family members and stuff. I bump into somebody out here and say, hey, man, I know you're looking for some employment. Hey, guess what? The federal government is hiring. I don't know why folk are dragging their feet. What are you scared of? You're scared to apply to a job. You'd rather, this the thing is, I talk to a handful of folk. I talk to a handful of people. They'd rather not do nothing than to just apply to a job. And I don't understand. I really don't understand. You know, it's kind of interesting. You know, like all you got to do is apply to the job. And the reason why I'm so adamant about it, and my compassion and my energy, because I thought the same way. I'm that person. I'm that person. You insecure. You don't know if you can or can't do it. You're like, man, I don't know. I don't know. You in your head. Get out of your head and apply to the job, man. Because the sooner you do it, the sooner you will stop wasting time and get into the new job and start learning some new skills so you can get proficient in the job. That's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years you wasted working for this garbage employer over here. You wasting time over there, man. You're wasting time. You're just wasting time. That's more time you can accrue to a pension. There's more time you can accrue to a leave. There's more time that adds to your retirement computation. You know, like you're just wasting time. And so it's kind of, I kind of feel like I wasted a bunch of time. And that's why I'm making this video, because I see myself in a lot of people. Y'all see who I am. You see how I talk. You see who I am. I'm a real person. You see I am. You see me. This is who I am. And so, Philip Thompson, yeah, man, go apply to the job, man. Go apply. You know, you go on USA Jobs. I'm going to tell you the top 5 agencies to look at. Top 5. The IRS, Department of Transportation, Department of Commerce, Department of Energy, Health and Human Services. Oh my God, the Health and Human Services are hiring like crazy. The Consumer Finance Bureau. And a lot of these jobs are remote. A lot of these jobs are remote. They're easy administrative jobs. I mean, they're easy jobs. For example, it's like a job called a business analyst. A business analyst? A business analyst, yeah. And so basically a contract specialist. You know what a contract specialist is? We in trucking. That's what we do. You negotiate, you set up contracts with external vendors, you set up contracts with external customers. That's what we do as truck drivers. We do that. We negotiate rates. We set up meetings and appointments. We review contracts. What's a contract? A bill of lading. That's a contract. A manifest. You know, inventory. We do this. We count. We assess a situation. We're creative. We come up with solutions on the spot. All of us drivers done that work. When you running a truck down the road, say you running 2 or 3 trucks, say you're owner operator and you got 2 or 3 trucks. Say you got 2 or 3 trucks, right? And one of your trucks break down. You got to come up with a solution on the spot. It ain't no different. I deal with that stuff every day on my job. I'll get a taxpayer calling me with something, or I'll get a case with something and I'll have to come up with a solution to fix it. So it's like, these are soft skills that we got, but you don't know you have them. And so, you know, my whole thing is, it's like the reason why I'm making this video, and I'm real adamant, I'm real compassionate about it, because I know guys are looking for a chance. They're looking for opportunity and they don't know. Listen, let me tell you, you need to apply to the federal government right now, because the IRA bill, the federal government has full range to just hire at will. And it's this thing called direct hire. So when you go on USA Jobs, all you got to do is look for all the jobs that's got direct hire on it. You put your zip code in there and put in direct hire. All the jobs with direct hire, that's what you need to apply to. Don't apply to nothing else. If you're applying to anything else other than direct hire, you're wasting your time. Because direct hire allows the agency, the managers of those agencies, to hire directly, and it skips the whole hiring process. All that bureaucratic red tape, all of that, you don't have to worry about waiting 3, 4, 6 months to get a job. Direct hiring, it allows the managers to go strictly to the applicant, create the offer, send them the offer, and they get hired quickly that way. That's how I got hired. I'm trying to think. I received like 4, 5, 6 job offers. I received about 5 or 6 job offers. A bunch of them job offers, the pay just wasn't right. And the job that I have now, it was the best offer I received so far. I had to take it. You know, and the thing is like, y'all gotta, I'm telling y'all this because it's like the federal government is real desperate right now, and you want to take that to your advantage. You want to use that as your advantage because the federal government is real desperate right now. And so all you got to do is apply, because all they need is butts in the seat. They just need butts in the seat. You know, yeah, you got to have a cute little resume. You got to have good presence when you go to the interview. If you get interviewed, you know, sometimes they don't interview. You just apply to the job, and a job offer show up in your email. You better accept that doggone thing. You better accept it. Sometimes it happens like that. And you know, you just gotta apply. Just keep applying. That's you just gotta keep applying. You know, like I said, I applied to over 300 jobs. And that's over, I don't know, 2-year, 3-year period of time. I applied to a bunch of jobs. So it's, you know, when I was studying for school, I had this little challenge with myself. I had like a little challenge. I'll set up an hour to apply to some jobs. And what I would do is I'll say, okay, in this hour, I'm going to see how many jobs I can apply to in an hour. That was kind of like my fun little thing that I did with myself. But I'll end up sitting up there applying to jobs about 2 or 3 hours. I'll be done applied to about 20 jobs in about 2 hours. And so you would think like, man, how you apply to all them jobs? Dude, it's not hard to apply. Most of the work is in the resume. Once you got the resume done, all you doing is going on there, clicking, putting your name in, and attaching your resume. That's all you're doing. It takes like 10 minutes to apply to a job. Some of them have questions. Some of them have a questionnaire or something like that. There are some jobs that got an assessment. So once you apply to the job, you get like an assessment that'll send to you, and you got to do it's like a test or whatever. Some jobs don't. Most jobs don't have a test. Most of the direct hiring jobs don't have a test. So if you apply to a direct hire job, a lot of the jobs, they don't have a test. So that allows you to have a better chance of getting a job, pretty much. Prince, let's see, U.S. Post Service also hiring. You came in late. Dre, you came in late. I mean, I'm talking about federal jobs. I would say go on usajobs.gov. That's where you go, usajobs.gov. And so, like I said, the top 5 agencies are IRS, Department of Transportation, Health and Human Services, the Consumer Finance Bureau, the VA. The VA is in the top 5. And the reason why I say the top 5, because these are the agencies that receive majority of the IRA funding. And if you watching the news right now, we're in the political season right now, that IRA bill is priority. That IRA bill includes a lot of funding for the Department of Energy, Department of Energy, Department of Commerce, and the IRS and the DOT. A lot of that bill is targeted towards fixing the roads, climate control, developing business and industry, and taxes. Taxes auditing, taxes examinations, and tax collections. And so the IRA bill is basically targeted towards those areas. Don't worry about any other agency. All the agencies that are focused on those activities, that's where you want to target your applications to. And so I'm giving y'all the tea. Don't waste your time applying to the United States Forestry Service. They didn't get no IRA bill money. You got to think smart. Don't waste your time applying to jobs you have no chance of getting. Top 5, top 6, top 7 agencies to apply to. The VA, we got to take care of our veterans. They got a lot of funding. IRS, the IRS received a lot of funding. They're going to be there. The IRS has been doing a lot of hiring. They're hiring a lot of people. I done told a lot of friends and family, and just about everybody I told who went and applied to the IRS, they got a job. I done told at least about 15 people, and they all got jobs. They all got offers, job offers, within like 30 to 60 days. IRS, Department of Transportation. A lot of funding went to the Department of Transportation. The roads and bridges. The roads and bridges are messed up. Roads and bridges need to be repaired. That includes airports. Airports are under Department of Transportation. Okay? A lot of jobs at the Homeland Security. They're looking for a lot of people. You know, I don't recommend applying to Homeland Security, because if you think about security, and like, if you think about security work, what security work is, this kind of work is the type of work that's gonna be requiring you to work during the holidays, because you got to understand what security work means. Your work schedule is going to be based around hours of the day when people going to be asleep. Okay. And so it's just something you want to think about. The Postal Service. Yeah, the Postal Service is hiring, but you got to understand, what is the Postal Service? They are a shipping business. The Postal Service is a shipping business. And so what that means is you're going to be working in a warehouse. More than likely, you're going to be working in a warehouse. It's just something to think about. You're going to be working after hours. You're going to be working On the weekend, you're going to be working all sorts of crazy schedules. You're not going to have an 8 to 5 schedule. So it's something to think about when you're looking at an employer. It's just like Amazon. Your postal service is a shipping business. They ship things. Okay. They do warehousing. They have trucks. They unload trucks. They load trucks, and they ship mail. That's what they do. And so if you don't want to work in the shipping business, don't apply to a job in the shipping industry. That's what the postal service does. And I know, like with me, I didn't want to apply to that kind of work. I wanted to get outside of the shipping business. I wanted to work an 8 to 5, and I want to have a good work-life balance. And so the postal service is government. It is government for sure, but it's still a shipping business. That's what they do. Postal service ain't no different than working at Amazon. You know, that's Amazon and the postal service are one and the same. It's the same type of industry. So you got the DOT, you got Department of Energy. A lot of funding went to the Department of Energy. The IRA bill is targeted to climate change. So that means if you're working at Department of Energy, you're going to be dealing with electric cars, electric energy sources. You're going to be in that type of work, and the mission of that. You're going to be working towards your department, whatever type of work job that you're going to be doing. Okay. Health and Human Services. We got a lot of disease control. You got Medicaid. A lot of people are retiring. You got Medicaid. That's what Health and Human Services does. Health and Human Services is a big agency, and up under that, you got all these sub-departments, sub-agencies up under it. So you got the Department of Health and Human Services, and then you got Medicaid, Social Security. You got all these different agencies up under it. And so that's just something you need to think about. All these agencies are hiring. A lot of these agencies haven't hired in decades. The federal government's been on a hiring freeze for many years. And to see it, the rate that they're hiring, in the office that I work in, I would say every other week, there's like 3, 4, 5 people coming in the door. It's 3, 4, 5 new people coming in the door every other week. And so that's a lot. I mean, you know, that's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I'm here to tell you that if you're in your head thinking that work is hard, you need to get out of your head, because the work isn't hard. You will be trained. You get 1 or 2 years of training. Whatever the work is, you know, they're hiring revenue. I mean, at the IRS, they're hiring revenue officers. They're hiring contact reps. You know, I've been talking to contact reps. They're getting 20, 30 hours a week in overtime. So you get your 40 plus 30 hours. It's not mandatory, but it's optional. And so, you know, I done talked to some folk. I talked to a handful of people that are contact reps coming in at a grade 5, grade 6, grade 7. They're doing almost 80K their first year. 80K, you know, and it's real easy work. You know, 75 to 80K. I was talking to one girl, she did 78,000. She grows 78,000. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And so, you know, I'm on here to let y'all know, man, if you know anybody that's looking for a federal job, federal service is hiring all across the government. But like I said, you got the top 5, top 6, top 7, top 8 agencies. Those are the ones you need to target your applications to. Let me run down the list again. The IRS, the DOT, Department of Health Human Services, HHS, the VA, Department of Commerce, Department of Energy. Trying to think of them all. And of course, you got the granddaddy of them all agencies. You got the military, of course. You got the military. You know, I'm looking at civilian service, not the military. I'm looking at civilian service. So I want to work at 8 to 5 and go home. Homeland Security, they're looking for people. I seen a bunch of job posts for immigration agents downtown. It's immigration agents. So if you're bilingual, you're fluent in a couple languages, those jobs are hiring. Them jobs go to a grade. I think I've seen that those handful of those jobs going to a grade 11 as a immigration agent, immigration specialist, or something like that. And so you help people get their passports together. You help people getting their green card. You help people. You may say, yeah, I don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's a government job. I mean, because if you look at what you're doing versus another job, at the end of the day, it's a job. A job is a job. Okay. But I want a job that pays well, and I want a job that's going to get me on a trajectory of a good salary. I don't want to be making the same pay over and over and over again. I want to have a pension. I want to have a good work-life balance. When 4 o'clock comes, I want to go home. I want good leave package. I want good help. I want a good work-life balance. I want, I want all the federal holidays off. I don't want to be stressed about work. I want a pension plan. I want retirement. Like, these are the things that really matter, because you're going to have to work somewhere. Why are you wasting time? You're going to work somewhere anyway. You're going to waste your time working somewhere, right? You're going to waste your time working somewhere. If it ain't this job at the federal government, it's going to be another job. So I talk to people and they be like, man, what? Your job better than this? Your job really better than this? Tell me how your job is better than this. And they can never really tell me, but it's fine. You can run your life how you want it. But the thing is, it's like, don't get mad at me. Don't complain at me, because I told you, I'm being a friend. I'm being someone that's putting the information out there. It's up to you to get it. It's up to you to get it. Because I know, like, for me, all I wanted is somebody to just give me the information. If it makes sense, and I'll do it. I just wanted somebody to give me the information. I just wanted somebody to just give me the information. I don't have a bunch of people in my family in high places. And so it's nice to have some people that's in high places, that's got information, and it's just like, ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh, I'm gonna jump on that. And a lot of the jobs I'm talking about, they don't require a college degree. So get over the college degree thing. Get over it. Because after about 10 years experience, the degree don't matter. Most of the jobs out here don't require a college degree. You just need some good work experience, and you have to write your resume in a way that speaks to that job. You got to write your resume that speaks to that job. You got to write your skills and demonstrate your skills that you've done in the past to say that you're capable of doing this job. And most of the guys that follow me and watch my videos, they're truck drivers. That alone, if you're owner operator, truck driver, That alone qualifies you for about 90% of these jobs. You are a business manager. You manage a schedule. You manage freight cargo. You manage appointments. You manage revenues. You manage taxes. You manage a lot of things. You run a business. You are a business manager. You are a CEO. You are vice president. And so a lot of the guys that watch my videos that run a truck, that are owner operators, that automatically qualifies you. You just got to communicate it in the resume. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are. Tell them, I'm this, I'm that. I've done this. I do this on the regular. I do this. You sleep through this. Tell them about your written and verbal communication skills. Tell them about your time management skills. Tell them about your negotiation skills. Tell them about you being abreast of all the regulations and compliance and all that. Tell them. It's a bunch of jobs as truck drivers, owner operators, business managers of small trucking businesses that you can apply to a job at the Department of Transportation. A lot of y'all got a good chance of getting that job. You sit up there working from home. You work from home, right? So a lot of these jobs are remote, and you just articulate your experience and your skills in that doggone resume and communicate to them that, oh, I've done this before. This is nothing. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. So, and it's laughable, it's very disheartening. It's very disappointing, because I see people out here that's capable of doing these jobs, and you're going to sit up here and let this job pass you by. You're going to let a pension, lifetime health care, you're going to sit up here and let all the holidays, you're going to let a steady government paycheck pass you by. A lot of these jobs, you come in at a low grade, grade 7, grade 9, grade 11 sometimes. A lot of these jobs, they take you to $150,000 if you sit in it long enough. You pretty much guaranteed after about 15 years, you're going to be making $150,000. Guaranteed. A lot of these jobs, you just sit in it long enough. Somebody retires, you move up, and some people quit and they move on to other places and you move up. I mean, that's just what happens, and it's just like, but nah, guys don't do it. And then 5 years later, they still in the same spot. Too late now. 5 years later, they ain't hiring no more. They ain't hiring no more. Because you sat up there on your butt. You content and you didn't want to just apply to a job. Take 10 minutes out of your life and you ain't just want to apply to a job. I'm looking forward for my retirement. I'm gonna have a pension. I'm looking forward for taking months off when I have 200 hours of leave in my account, in my leave account. I got 150 hours of leave. I got to figure out how to use it. I got to take off a month with pay. You take off a month with pay. A whole month with pay. 150 hours. Well, it'll be 160 hours. Let me say that. 160 hours. $160 hours is 4 weeks. That's 2 pay periods. Think about it. And in the federal government, I mean, you accrue about, what, 8 hours of pay period? I'm accruing about 8 hours of pay period. I already have 40. I already have about 70 hours in my account already. Only been working for about 4 months. Already have 70 hours of leave piled up already. You know, I would have had more. I already used like 16. I think I used 16. If I wouldn't have used it, I would have had about 90, 80. Yeah, I would have had about 80, 90, probably about 90 hours. 4 months. But I took off for my graduation, and I think I used some leave for something else. I forgot what it was. But I think I did. I have to double check. But that's the point. You know, that's kind of what I know what trucking does to you as a person. Yeah, trucking is great. You know, you're making money until you're not making money. You don't have no you really don't have no security, because in trucking, you don't make no money until you run that truck. You don't get paid when the truck's and you sitting at the house. There's no holiday pay. There's no leave accrual. There's no sick pay. There's none of that. There's no pay to go vote. The federal government has pretty much got admin pay to go and do just about everything. You get paid to go donate blood. You get paid to go vote. You get paid for jury duty. You get paid for if your spouse has a baby, you'll get paid. I mean, it's all these benefits. That's just ridiculous. And you could never match it being an independent truck driver. You can never match it. There's a sense of peace that you get. The stress over your head, all that stress that you carrying over your head about that truck breaking down and getting loads on time and all this, and dealing with shippers and warehouses and all that stress, dealing with the DOT, you got DOT compliance and all this, and you worry about the DOT shutting your truck down, and it's just all this stress over your head, you know? And so, you know, it comes to a point that stress is gonna bust a nerve in your it's gonna bust a nerve in your head, you know, and it's just, you know, it comes to a point you just need to slow down. And having a job in the federal government, you can do that. You just kind of work, chill, do your job at your pace, at a decent pace. You're doing the job, but you do it at a decent pace. And you go to lunch, 3-4 more hours go by, you go home. You leave work at work, you come home, you know, ain't nobody bothering you. You don't have to worry about no truck breaking down. You don't have no stress over your head. You just go to work. That's it. And so that's kind of, you know, like I just hope a lot of y'all hear what I'm saying. I just hope some of y'all go on USA Jobs and apply to some of these jobs, because I guarantee you, if you apply to some of them, you will get an offer, because they're hiring. The federal government is hiring with no questions asked. If you got the experience, you can demonstrate that experience on a resume, you can get hired. You'll be sitting up there, that offer come in your email, you accept that offer, and you will have you a federal government job. A lot of these jobs are remote, and a lot of these jobs, you working from the house, you know, you might have to go into the office once or twice a week, you know, and you get some good training, you get good, thorough training. Your first year is all going to be training. Your first year is just going to be training. You ain't going to be doing nothing. You just sitting in trainings and you listening to training, you know, and your first year is you just training. So your second or third year, that's when you actually start doing the work. I'm still in training. I'm doing a little bit of work. They giving me a little bit of work, but it's not that crazy. Your first year is probably gonna be the easiest year you ever had, you know. But you know. But anyway, I got 45 minutes on here. I just wanted to come in here and talk to y'all. You know, I hope y'all, you know, if you are interested, you know, if you are interested, you know, let me know. I want to know. You know, I want to know. And so you can email me at 404trucker@gmail.com and let me know. Like, I'm really curious, you know, like if you need some help with your resume or something like that, or if you need a pep talk or something like that, you got some questions on the hiring process, and if you're really serious about applying to a federal job, let me know. Send me an email at 404trucker@gmail.com. Let me know. Smokehouse said, how you like your job so far? Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. It's a job, you know. It's a little stressors here and there, but I'm still in training. So, I mean, a lot of the stresses I'm dealing with is like training stressors. So it's kind of like they hiring so many people, they really don't know what they're doing. They're just coming up with stuff. And so it's just stressful dealing with the disorganization. But that don't affect my check. I'm still gonna get paid. And so what centers me, what relaxes me, I just be like, well, I'm on the clock. You know, when y'all figure it out, let me know. You know what I mean? I'm on the clock. I get paid either way. I get the same money if I'm in training or not, or if they organize or not. My pay is the same. So I'm grateful for that, because I know when I was running a truck, it was stressful for a reason, because that stress stems from the chase of the money, chasing money. I don't have to chase money no more. And so I don't worry about chasing money. You know, it's like my check is the same every time. So it's like I get up in the morning and I'm relaxed and I go to work. I sit at my desk and I do the little tasks that they tell me to do, and that's it. You know, less stress. I don't carry all that on my head. It's very unhealthy. Constantly beating yourself up with all that stress is very unhealthy. So, but yeah, how I like it. Yeah, I really enjoy it because it's right up my alley. I like helping people. You know, I like dealing with the taxpayers. You know, sometimes the taxpayers can be kind of annoying, but I like dealing with the taxpayers. I like the auditing process. I like the researching and all of that. It's fun. You know, I enjoy it. You know, and it's, you know, you make a good salary doing it. And so yeah, so I enjoy it because it's a perfect fit, because when I was running my truck and, you know, running my real estate business, you know, it's a perfect fit for me. You know, it's just a perfect fit. I'm very independent. The work is very independent. So, you know, as a revenue agent, I'm very independent. I set my own schedule. I work my cases, and I move freely, just like a truck driver. You know how you use the truck driver, how you move freely. You pick up your loads and you don't got nobody following you. That's exactly how it is as a revenue agent. Pretty much, it's the closest thing to being self-employed without being self-employed, you know, just like running your own truck. Set my own schedule. I check in with my manager a couple times a month. He don't bother you. You work your cases, you visit your taxpayers, and you go on about your business. And so that's just cake, man. It's just cake. So I couldn't stand a job with somebody over your shoulder, somebody micromanaging you. I just couldn't stand a job like that. I don't like jobs like that. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I can't wait till I get real proficient at the work. I wanna hurry it up and get proficient at the work, but you know, that's just not how learning works. I have to learn the work. I'm still learning the work. You know, it's gonna take me a couple years to really get proficient at the work and know what I'm doing. So, but I have a good basis. I have good business experience. I have good managerial experience. I have good business experience. And so bringing that all to the table, I think is a good fit for me. But yeah, I do enjoy it. And so, but yeah, I appreciate y'all watching my videos. See y'all next time.